You can use a PowerPoint presentation to create a narrated video in just a few steps. I'm going to show you how to do it and a couple of tips to keep in mind along the way. So I've got my presentation here all about eating pizza, and what I want to do is to create a video presentation about this with me narrating a script as I go along. So the way that I do that is in the slideshow view in PowerPoint, there is a record slideshow button. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that and record my presentation, clicking the next arrow as I want to change slides. And then when I'm done, I'll press escape. Here I go. Here is my presentation about the art of eating pizza. The first thing to consider is getting the right pie. And when we talk about that, we need to consider about what makes for a good pizza. And of course, we've got to consider the toppings as well. So here are some of the toppings that you can use. There are bell peppers, tomatoes, spring onions, corn, and olives. Now I'm asked, do I want to save the slideshow with the timings? And I say yes. And what I've got now is, if we look in each presentation, we can see on the bottom here, there is a little audio icon here indicating that we have audio for each one of these slides. Now we can go through and play the audio for any given slide. Here is my presentation about the art of eating pizza. Or we can say play from the start, and it will play the entire presentation all the way through. And as we do that, let's watch it and look for a couple of problems. Here is my presentation about the art of eating pizza. The first thing to consider is getting the right pie, and when we talk about that, we need to consider about... Did you hear that? It cut me off. And that's because every slide records a separate little bit of audio for that slide. So anything that I said during the transition from one slide to the next resulted in that bit of audio getting lost. And in fact, it gets even worse if you have a really slow transition. And of course, we've got to consider the complete silence now while we transition. There are bell peppers, tomatoes, spring onions, corn, and olives. So my tip here is you need to add a little bit of silence between the slides, and if there are any transitions in your slides, remember that it's not recording audio when that is going on. Now, to fix this, we don't have to start from scratch. What we can do, in fact, is just go to the slides that have the problem and just record the audio for those. So I'm quite happy with the audio for slide 1 and slide 2. Slide 3, however, I'm clipped, and also in slide 4 I'm clipped. So I'm just going to select slide 3, go to record slideshow again, and this time it will start me off at slide 3 and it will preserve the audio that I had for slide 1 and 2. Okay, cheese and sauce play a very important part, as does the crust. Consider bell peppers, tomatoes, and spring onions for your toppings. Okay, so we'll save that, and if we play this from the start now, we should see that we've fixed those problems. Here is my presentation about the art of eating pizza. The first thing to consider is getting the right pie. Cheese and sauce play a very important part, as does the crust. Consider bell peppers, tomatoes, and spring onions for your toppings. Okay, that's better. Now, the other thing that could be improved is, well, frankly, the audio quality. I'm just using the inbuilt microphone on my computer here, and it doesn't sound great. If you have an external microphone, that will make a huge amount of difference. But if you don't, well, there's a little hack. You can just use a set of headphones. So I'm going to use my Bluetooth headphones here, and this will make a big difference in the quality of the recording. So I'm going to make sure that my headphones are paired. Yep, there they are. And I'm going to record my presentation again, and let's see what difference there is in the audio quality. Okay, the art of eating pizza. Here's the introduction. What makes for a good pizza. And don't forget the toppings. Okay. We will save that. I'm going to put my headphones away, and let's listen now to the audio track now that I recorded with headphones.
Here's the introduction, what makes for a good pizza, and don't forget the toppings.
A huge improvement. It's not going to be confused with the studio microphone, but it makes it much, much better. Okay, so now we've got a presentation that we are happy with and we want to turn it into a video. Well, that step is very, very straightforward. What we're going to do in PowerPoint is say File and Export. And then in the File Format section, we can pick two different video formats, either MP4 or MOV. I'm going to click MP4. And you'll notice here in the timing section it says use recorded timings and narrations, as opposed to setting a set time for each slide to be displayed. So I'll export this. Okay, now the export is complete. Let's go find that MP4 file and launch it and click play.
Okay, the art of eating pizza. Here's the introduction.
So that's working now, except there's just one more problem to address. Did you see here in the bottom corner, we have this little speaker icon is still visible. It's visible all the way through the video, even into the transition there. So we need to get rid of that thing. We don't want that included in our final video. So it's just simply a case on each one of these slides of just pulling this thing out of the way. We don't want to delete it, otherwise we would lose the audio for the slide, but we're just going to pull it so that it's off screen. When all four have been removed, we will then simply export the video again as an MP4 file. So let's open that up and you'll see, yep, there is no speaker icon there. And if we just scrub through this video, yeah, it's all gone. And there we have it, a narrated video built out of a PowerPoint presentation. That's all there is to it. I'm getting kind of hungry for some reason. See you later.